Hey guys, my name is Simpzy, how you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Rome 2 Emperor Edition here today on the channel. We have episode 4 of my Roman Republic series. Here today, we're going to look for another provincial conquest. We also need to retake Potavium, which we lost in the last episode. We should be able to take it soon though. So, if you'd like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like and subscribe if you're new. I'd really much appreciate it. So, we've defeated the Etruscans, and we've nearly got Cisalpine Gaul fully under our control, apart from that minor rebellion that popped up. Oh, the Tribune's daughter. Oh yes, this is an event that you can hire an important character into your family tree. It does cost a little bit, but it is worthwhile, as you can essentially adopt her into your family tree, which I'm going to do, I think, so we can grow the line of Lucius Julius Libo, and we might even be able to marry her off as well. So we'll adopt her into the family, and Lucius Libo has a 20-year-old daughter now. Fantastic. And we can eventually get her married off as well, just to secure the family line. Anything else we can do with her now? Because he's already got one daughter and a son as well. I can secure her promotion, which I'm tempted to do. And to level her up a bit, why don't we send her on a diplomatic mission? We've already been to Sparta and Athens, so let's send her to Syracuse, as they've fully taken the island. It's an interesting development. We can pay for some education here. Just trying to see if there's any other political intrigue we can do. Not overly, really. We've sent Libo's wife on multiple missions to Athens, the famed mission to Athens in the last couple of episodes, and to Sparta, maybe even Illyria as well. So we just need to wait for her gravitas to go up a bit before we can get her married off, which would be cool. Alright, well, let's deal with Potavium, I guess. We do have our spy in range. I might just pay to sabotage the settlement, although we don't need to really do it. It's just going to allow her to level up a bit. So we'll move Legion 2 with Lucius Julius Libo into Potavium. The army actually went north anyway, and we've retaken the city. We managed to secure the valuable glassware which is produced and manufactured in Potavium. And Cisalpine Gaul is back under the Empire. We're going to make a trader, and I also want to upgrade Rome as well, as it did get attacked and sieged out a fair few episodes ago. I just want to move my navy back to Brundisium as well. Spies-wise, we could look for a potential target next as well. Maybe we could push into Illyria, maybe Masalia. I haven't decided just yet where I want to move, because we're only at war with Venetia. We've got really good relations with the Athenians, Delmate, and Athens.
Well met, friend.
Do the Iberians want trade? And we can't trade with Sparta, because their capital isn't connected to their port territory, which is annoying. The only way you'd be able to trade with them is if they took Athens itself. But it's interesting that Epirus has been pushed back. They actually might get destroyed in the end. What about the Norii here on the border? I have no ambition to push into, what is that, Austria, southern Germany just yet. Same into Switzerland. I'd like to get trade and non-aggression if they would sign that, but I don't think they're open to that discussion, unfortunately. We've got a unit of mercenary Etruscan hoplites here. We probably should disband them. Mercenaries just cost so much. It's nearly 500 denarii per turn compared to a Hastati unit, which is only a couple hundred. But here is the Roman Republic. This is what we currently control. Most of all of mainland Italy. We haven't got Syracuse or Sardinia and Corsica fully under our control just yet. But we're looking good. I wouldn't mind securing Magna Graecia if we can. We could go to war with Carthage. I'm just trying to think where we could go. They did cancel their non-aggressional pact with us, or maybe we should go against Masalia. We'll see how we go once we run down this Veneti unit and we end the turn and continue. Lucius Julius Libo is being blackmailed. One of your family members is being blackmailed. Okay. That's a lot of gravitas. So I'm going to pay them off. Failed diplomatic mission. What? By her inappropriate actions, your diplomatic... Oh no, brought death upon herself. What? We've got a mission success there. So what happened? Oh no, and our protection limit is wavering. Diplomat executed. Your diplomat... Oh no. Oh, that is so unlucky. I guess that can happen, can't it? Oh, the daughter we adopted was killed by the Syracuse nobility. Oh, well, now we know who we're going to war with now. Alright, let's get rid of the Venetti. Let's mobilize the legions. And we've got a casus belli to go down to Syracuse. That's awesome. I honestly had no idea where I was going to go. Maybe towards Masalia, maybe towards Carthage. Look, they actually hate us as well. Minus 25. So there was a fort diplomatic event in Syracuse. Carthage is at war with them because they were kicked out of the island. So with Lucius Libo's daughter killed by the... even though she was adopted technically as a tribune daughter, we're going to use this as an excuse to invade the island. So we're going to straight up go to war with them, I think. So we're going to mobilize the legions. Well, looks like we're going to go down south. That's so interesting. Because it could have been a different turn of events that Carthage, for example, was to take all of Syracuse as we get rid of the Venetti here. Well, yeah, let's try and secure the entirety of Italy then. Let's take Sicily for us. Wow, that's pretty unlucky. I wonder why that happened. Maybe because we had such a low rate. It was amicable. It was like orange in the end, as we quickly mobilize the legions at Potavium and just reorganize them slightly. Man, that's just super unlucky. I think we've sent 4 total diplomatic missions. 3 were successful, of course, when we sent them to Athens and Sparta. Luckily, we didn't, in those earlier missions, didn't get Lucius Libo's wife killed. But that's really annoying because I could have used that adoptive daughter to try and capture, in the sense, and bring over some Scipio and Brutii family members into our main family tree. Oh well, I guess this gives us an opportunity to push over there. Alright, we've got a little bit of cash, so we'll continue to invest in a trader at the city centre. Just to reduce that pop. And I think we'll go with commercial as well with the edict. 2 more turns before that trader is built, because we've had a lot of problems with rebellions and revolts in that department. We'll go with tactician for campaign movement. We'll move you into Potavium. And we've got our armies moving south, because we can't allow the murder, the death of Lucius Julius Libo's daughter to be unpunished. Okay, we got some developmental focus. We can go with martial or ambition. We're going down the civic park, so giving that additional buff will be really needed. And Macedon is officially at war with Sparta. So it looks like the Athenian and Spartan coalition is going to win out in Greece, while Epirus and Macedon, who started the war, are probably going to get destroyed, which is super interesting. So for now, we have a friend in Greece, so we might not be going into Greece for quite some time this series. I want to try and keep amicable relations with some factions, and go after the ones that don't like me. We're going to be able to buff Lucius Libo's legion with a bunch of Principes as well. And we might even keep one of these legions in the north, because we're still struggling with the public order here for whatever reason. Okay. It's just got a matter of time for it to quell down. Yeah, so the Delmate like us. So our eastern flank is actually quite secure. Still trying to get trade and some negotiations where I can. I want to go down taxes. We've got dignitaries in Roma and Brundisium, which are my two largest cities. So when you deploy them, you can get a really nice tax buff. It's like 5% there. I don't put my dignitaries into armies. I prefer champions, which we will do eventually once we've got the money. Agents are a bit of a luxury. They cost like 1,000 to recruit, and then obviously the wage you have to pay them as well. So I recommend sorting by your most wealthy and valuable territory and then the provincial capital and putting them there. That's why Roma and Brundisium are making most of our money. We've put them there. A need for cavalry, +2 experience, minus recruitment. Sure. I don't think we're going to need, technically in this upcoming war, cavalry, as we need more infantry, if anything, because it's probably going to devolve into a siege for Syracuse itself. But we can get a little couple, why not, if it's cheaper. Right, we do have a large navy of ballista being constructed in the south. That's going to really help us in our offensive against the Sicilians and Syracuse, as all of their cities on the island are coastal cities and viable to attack. I think we'll go with a mine here because our food is quite secure at the moment. The Roman food security, we've got a +12, so we're looking good on that front. I might try and convert that port as well. Alright, we're getting close to Syracuse. I'll move you to Genoa here. Continue to activate those dignitaries. Alright, cool. So, Syracuse isn't overly built up, which is good for me. It can be quite a large and difficult settlement. It doesn't seem to have a wall either, so we can use that to our advantage. But it's interesting that the diplomatic mission we initiated failed, and it also gave a huge public order penalty, a huge diplomatic penalty, sorry, against us, -25, because she failed. I don't believe it. I wonder what happened. Let me know in the comments. See if you can whip up a story. Oh, so Pella's been taken by barbarians. The Macedonians are gone. Oh my god. Someone has been caught defacing the Temple of Jupiter. Oh, hilarious. We've got a couple of options. Pay off the temple, hand him over, or punish him yourself. I think the godly people operating the Temple of Jupiter should receive a tithe, let's say. I'm sure Jupiter would appreciate a generous donation to the temple. Right, so my daughter's now come of age, 17. My Lucius Libo's biological daughter. His adoptive daughter obviously being killed. I'm just trying to think if I can literally marry her to one of the Scipio of the House of Cornelia. We could send her on a mission just to level up, like to get like on a festival mission within our own cities. Sending her on a foreign mission might be a little bit too exposing. But that's what I love about Rome too, man, with this political intrigue. Now we actually have a justification and a casus belli to go into Syracuse, and we can kind of roleplay in that department. Syracuse has been driven a little bit power hungry, taking the entire island of themselves and killing Roman diplomats. Okay, we're nearly in striking range of Syracuse and Sicily itself. We've got 11 units here. We could do actually with potentially another navy, as we will need to protect our peninsula as we move to Sicily. So I'm just trying to think who we should get to be raised in Magna Graecia. I guess we'll go with one of these Brutuses. I kind of don't want to get the faction lead because it can complicate things. I guess we're just gonna have to risk it, eh? Okay, we'll move you south. I could even actually split it into two. because I do want to try and protect Brundisium if we can, but I don't know, maybe I'm being a little bit too precautious, as Epirus, our enemy that was only across the seas, has actually fallen to Sparta. Man, it's great to see another AI faction taking the initiative and commanding and conquering and carving out a kingdom for themselves. Sparta have done so well in sieging most of Hellas. So we're going to start things off by sabotaging Syracuse, just to make it a little bit easier for us to push into the occupied territory. It does seem like in Lilybaeum they have a full stack Syracuse. They should have a pretty decent army. This will be the first time once the war kicks off, once we're in a position to do so, us fighting a Hellenic base faction in Syracuse, because we've been fighting mostly barbarians and Italian Etruscan rebels as well. Still can't afford that port there, but I've just got other priorities at the moment. But let's end the turn and continue, and let's kick off the war. I think it's nearly a waste of time bringing that other legion to the south, so we might actually declare war upon Masalia soon as well, I'm thinking. I think we can, with the navy, I believe we're in a strong enough position to fight on a two-frontal war if need. So is the army still there? Yep, so they've got a full stack in Lilybaeum. And an interesting looking army, nothing too crazy. Alright, so let's try and officially get this war kicked off. So let's negotiate with the Carthaginians. Listen, Carthage, you've been thrown out of Lilybaeum. You lost a lot of lives, and we lost some face. I will crush and destroy the Syracuse nobility, but I'm going to take the island for myself.
I go now to sacrifice to
I'd like some money, but I don't think it's going to work. But this would give us some better quality relations with Carthage as well. So, as Lucius Julius Libo, after the death of his daughter in Syracuse, is going to avenge her. Oh my god. What a crazy turn of events. Well, we'll bring you further down. Okay, let's chuck some of these ballista in, because we're not going to need all of them for the port assault. So we'll divide it, and we can't force march you in here just yet. Okay, and also might even give the opportunity for the units to come and react to this. So we'll play this one now, and we'll have the Battle of Syracuse in 251 BC. Most of my army has actually been modernized slightly with a new style of unit, being the Principe. We have 2 units of Triarii, 1 unit of Equites, 2 units of Equites, 1 unit of Hastati. Our other army mostly has Hastati now, so I'm curious to see how well the Principe perform on the battlefield. Hastati are still very, very good early on in the campaign, but Principe, just add that one little bit of layer of combat efficiency and, well, expertise, let's say. We've also got some Triarii as well. The rest of my army made up of Vilites, and we'll try and use them. I might even go with a flammable shot as well with some of these units, because you can get some really good buffs for using them and inflicting a really nice morale decrease to the enemy. Alright, let's advance. So we're going from a 3-pronged attack here. Looks like they're going to move out slightly. They do have additional reinforcements coming in, and they've also got a full stack we have to deal with. So we're going to march into Syracuse and cleanse the city. Okay, let's move my cavalry around here as well. Perfect. Cute. Alright. Rome has marched in to Syracuse and the island of Sicily to try and incorporate it fully into the province that we formed in Magna Graecia. Oh my god, what a venomous volley. These poor fellas just got absolutely rinsed as they've thrown up some of the peasant class forward, and they've just been wiped out in one volley. Quite literally cannon fodder being thrown at us to kick things off. Alright, let's try and swing around. But it's always interesting to see what happens to Sicily as well. Obviously, the island can be fully taken over by Syracuse itself. Or the Carthaginians can take it. This time around, they threw out the Carthaginians at Lilybaeum. And really, the Carthaginians haven't overly retaliated from it. With the Principe charging on in, with skirmisher support with the Villetes, now with Equites in the city, we have nearly pretty much dissolved the Syracuse garrison. There might be a unit hiding in the fog of war potentially. But we're going to have to deal with the naval invasion now. So we're going to be able to occupy the city. I plan to sack and loot it. And we'll be able to use it as a base of operations in Sicily so we can take Lilybaeum next. And then we can use that as a springboard. Depending what the Carthaginians think, we could use it as a springboard to launch into North Africa if we want. Okay, so the units from the ships have been disembarked. And let's give out some attack orders there. Damn. Unfortunately, one of those skirmisher units has not disembarked. And they're essentially raining skirmisher fire on us with impunity. We're going to have to swing some of our own Villetes to come and help out our Principe boys that are getting stuck into their hoplites. Although they've disembarked, they actually just seem to be running us amok a little bit. We do want to try and capture the town square as quickly as possible, so we can get that morale buff, or leadership buff, but we've capitulated them in the end. Lucius Julius Libo deploying 2,600 ready, abled Romans. We only lost 127. To be fair, there was no army inside. We only fought the Syracuse lightly defended garrison. And we've managed to pick up a glorious victory in the process. Equites getting most of the kills there. One of my Principe units got caught. I believe the one that inflicted the most losses there was probably the unit that I was getting peppered from the ship. That's just so annoying. They're basically invulnerable when they sit on the coast there with their ships firing on in. So we didn't need our catapults in this one. And ballista on the ships. We were able to take Syracuse with ease. Alright, we'll try and replenish and repair somewhat. It actually seems to be 47% Hellenic, which is interesting. Even though we have the region capital. Huh, I thought the Latin culture would have been permeated more, because we've got the larger cities there. Okay, so I think... which one's the best temple again? I think it's Jupiter in Rome Remaster. I think I like Minerva. It just depends what you want to go for. Mars recruitment. I think Vulcan's alright, industry as well. There's also an additional buff as well, depending on what edicts you go down. I think we go with Minerva because we want to convert it, don't we? Because it's not our culture yet. Because the thing is, it gets to a stage once you've brought in Latin culture to like 100%, you're actually better off just dismantling the temple and converting it to something else. At this stage, to help us with our public order issues because of conquest and potentially a back and forth and multiple turns with another faction occupying the province, it's worth building a temple this early on. Okay, I think we'll mobilize the army as well soon from Genoa. I might make a play for Masalia here today, but we'll see how we go. Because what I could do is I could split the navy up, and send one to Masalia and then one in this offensive. My spy's got some upgrades there as well. We'll quickly just decide those traits. But we're looking good. Ah, apparently Lilybaeum and the army inside is starving. Maybe because we cut off some of the value food supply. However, we have a triumph here. Let's watch this movie. Awesome. So I guess Lucius Julius Libo has gotten a triumph for his conquest of Syracuse. Yeah, conqueror. Or potentially that could have been in Cisalpine Gaul earlier on. I imagine it's for Syracuse though. I would have liked that happen maybe later when we fully destroy them. But maybe it takes years to get a triumph. Go on. Okay, we've successfully poisoned them there. But I love that intro movie. It looks so accurate. It's eerily similar to the triumph Caesar receives in HBO's Rome. Man, that's such a good series. Titus Pullo and the boys. But yeah, even with the red face as well. It's a really good depiction of a Roman triumph. It's like really historically accurate with like the red face and stuff as well, and the chariots. So yeah, go on YouTube after this video and watch HBO's Rome's Caesar's Triumph. It's good. It looks very much like the intro movie. Alright, let's continue to get another trader in here now in Magna Graecia. We've nearly got one in all of our provinces. And we've managed to take Syracuse successfully. Let's move to the border here. I kind of want to get a battle with these ballista though. I could force march out. The thing is they might attack us though, because they are starving. They're going to have to make a play soon. I wonder if Carthage will help us out. So we'll move our ballista in on a force march. And hopefully they charge out and attack us on the open field with their army. Because if it goes to a siege, that'll be a little bit annoying. But Carthage loves us now. Look at that. The public order's gone up quite a bit. Look at that. Wow, you can really grow public order. I keep on saying public order relations. I don't know why. Diplomatic relations with factions if you join their wars, which is interesting. Now they still don't want trade.
Your goods, well, no.
Okay, I've just gone through here just to try and see if there's any diplomacy available. Yeah, even though we're producing glassware, wine, I just went through to just try and see if we get any of these over the line, but we can't, which is annoying. But anyway, let's end the turn and continue. So without getting good relations with certain factions, it's pretty hard even with available trade resources to trade with factions. I'm going to decline this. We could make them a client state, but you can't trust alliances or vassals in Rome too. But we've been attacked here. Oh, that's kind of annoying. I guess we'll play this one. I could retreat, but I think we want to try and destroy the garrison. We'll fight this one. I'm feeling a little bit conflicted because this strategy of using the light ballista on the sea and destroying armies is becoming a little bit exploitative. I think like it was really useful in the... It was more realistic in the Etruscan battle we used it in, as it was realistic because we intercepted them on the open sea where they tried to attack us. The thing is, what's going on is the AI is calculating that, hey, if you attack this army on the open sea, this navy, you've got a 95% calculation to win, which I don't believe is true once you get on the battlefield. See? Because it doesn't factor in the insert on your keyboard player manually playing. If we're accurate today, we might actually be able to destroy this entire army coming on out. Like, it wouldn't make strategic sense for a full stack of transport ships to aggressively engage a Roman navy like that. And on a force march as well, I don't think it really makes much of a difference if you force march on the open sea. I guess probably add seasickness or something. I wouldn't imagine it would... It doesn't make sense to like wind and tire you. Maybe slightly winded. So I'm currently whiffing my shots here as I say this. But we've managed to sink one already. If we're accurate and our bombarding missiles strike true, we might be able to destroy this entire army if we're lucky. Which would be disappointing because the Legion won't get a fight on in. But in saying that, if we can get full stacks of these ballista, we're basically going to be able to defend any naval invasion into our provinces in and around the Med. So I'm just trying to think. Zooming in, I don't know if I like zooming in. I'm actually less accurate with it than just shooting like this, I think. I don't know what it is. I think I can judge it a bit better as I'm missing. So I believe it's 3 hull hits with the light ballista. And also these are light as well. These aren't actual proper ballista. I know this was nerfed. I think it was nerfed in Imperator Augustus at one point when the Emperor Edition came out. Because it was like 1-hit shot. But maybe I need to find a mod to make it a little bit less easy. Because we are just destroying these navies. Look, if we catch them, it's a good play. But the AI thinking that it's an easy win and suicidally charging out like this is a bit mad. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Is it a little bit too exploity? Okay, so we've managed to sink a fair few. Okay, now they're in range. Oh my god, they might actually make it through the blockade. I just need to quickly switch between them all. There we go. Come on. I think we got it. They're getting uber close to me here. But it's not like it's their navy either, it's the transport ships. Alright, they're sunk. One of our ships is being boarded, but that's okay. But to be fair, these cost a lot. It's not like spamming like Reori and just like auto-resolving, because that's an exploit as well. Well, it's not really an exploit, it's just worth doing it. I think they might have patched that slide. It's got something to do with the melee attack and the defense that calculates auto-resolves, from what I can remember off the top of my head. Like, you can do that. But these cost like 600 upfront denarii, and then they're like 500 a turn or something mad. So they do cost quite a bit. Okay. So we've got 4 currently being... Whoops, I misclicked there. Boarded. If we could swing you around, we might be able to get rid of the rest. If we could somehow... What happens if you sink it while they've boarded? Like, do the units just still hang on the ships? I don't even know. They seem to be running back onto it. I guess it stops the boarding? Yeah, it does. I don't even know what... I mean, I haven't really tried that before. Well, this is awkward. Your ship has been sunk, but you're on here. It's still saying it's massively in the enemy's favour. Maybe if we can sink the flagship, it might change things. But I feel like there'll be instances where the Roman Navy, like, would, with these giant ballista, would sink navies and armies quite effectively. So maybe we need to use this navy sparingly. But it's so incredibly effective, you can see this. That we've sunk that. Oh, now they're wavering. Well, maybe we just need to do some pot shots at the flagship that's sitting back here. It's a little bit hard because they're a bit further back. It's a bit of a long shot. I might need to move you further up, actually. Like, advance for... Oh, we've actually run out of ammunition there. Oh. To be fair, it's not like we cleanly won this. We've nearly lost the navy, but we've destroyed a full stack of theirs, which they only had one of. Which is definitely worth. Well, even if we can't get it there with the ballista, we can maybe even board that last unit. Now it's about a 50-50. Oh, that one's getting a little bit close for my liking. We do have a little bit of ammunition spare. Alright, let's move on forward. Okay, so that was the AI taking a shot. I was curious to see if they'd hit it. Alright, just need to get rid of this and we win a Pyrrhic victory on the open seas, I guess. One more decent hit. No, that's it. Close victory. What the hell? I got an achievement? What's that? Oh my god, I gotta see this. Right, so... Oh my god. Some of these achievements I locked in 2013. 9 years ago. Okay, win a campaign... I guess killing all of them. I guess I haven't done that before. Alright, let's close the... Close victory there. Yeah, I guess every time I've played a battle, they've either escaped. I don't think I've fully played a battle where I've fully surrounded and decimated everyone. There's always been one or a couple of units running away on a campaign map. That's super interesting, because I've destroyed every single unit, every single ship, which sunk the entire unit. So Naeus here with 360. With 3 ships. You don't actually see the actual kills there, but he managed to sink 2,000 brave Sicilians of Syracuse. And we're going to be able to march into Lilybaeum essentially with impunity now. So we did lose the navy in a trade, so maybe we need to have some naval marine units that are infantry that can accompany him. But that's a glorious victory on the sea, and there goes that full stack. Ah, that's a shame. I kind of wanted to fight the battle on the open field. Yeah, I don't know what to think about that. Alright, well, let's put the final nail in the Syracuse coffin. And take Sicily completely for Rome, and incorporate the 2 cities on the island into the province of Magna Graecia. Syracuse has fallen. They've been decimated and destroyed, and Lucius Libo has received a triumph as a reward. And the Carthaginians are incredibly happy seeing the pesky Sicilians gone. And we've also avenged the death of my beloved daughter. She was always a daughter to me. I only knew her for a week. I only knew her for like 24 hours. Maybe it was a ploy. Maybe it was a deliberate coup to adopt the tribune's daughter. It was a plan from the beginning to send her to Syracuse to get her head lopped off. Alright, anyway, we're going to need to get more ballista back, and we'll send that to Masalia, because we want to try and push over there as well. Which actually might actually be a harder invasion, as Syracuse is built quite up a bit. It's quite a large... Oh, sorry, Masalia is bigger than Syracuse. It's quite a large city, Masalia, and with a garrison inside. So we actually really might need those ballista. Just sort of investing in the economy now. We've already got a grain pit, which is really valuable. Just trying to mix things up. Maybe go with some other stuff there. What else are we looking at? I think we're looking good. Might need to get better quality military buildings, but... Oh, Epirus is still hanging out. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, that's interesting. We can't get further relations with any of these factions. Yeah, they really like us, which is interesting. Well, that kind of makes me think twice about Carthage going there, because they really quite like us. Maybe we need to go into Gaul or Spain first. I was kind of open to see where the world sort of takes me in this playthrough, like where we expand and conquer firstly. We're going to secure another promotion with you. Perfect. We can probably seek a spouse as well, so we'll get her married off. Yeah, I thought you could actually choose who gets married to who, but I guess it's just going to be randomly generated. So she's found a husband, so hopefully we can have more Julii. Yeah, I guess you can't, because I would have chosen her to marry into the house of Junia or Cornelia, but it wouldn't let me do it. I think what you can do is you can actually adopt in, but we just simply don't have the authority to do so. Or it's calculated based on zeal or whatever. Because I kind of wanted to have the last name of Scipio and Brutii in our family tree, but with Julii blood with them, you know what I mean? I think that'd be cool. They're strong names. But maybe we should only allow the Julii line to continue. Maybe we should get rid of the other families. If we are going to do, eventually, an emperorship and become an empire, I guess. We could maybe marry them off to other people as well, so there's more of them. Okay, so this is what we currently occupy, and this is how the known world is shaping up, I guess. So we've got Carthage here. I'm just sort of trying to see where we can go, because the thing is, we've got really good relations with Carthage, Greece, and Illyria. So I don't think there's a point of their betraying those trade and non-aggression pacts. We don't need to go into Masalia or the Masalii, sorry, or Libyan territory in Africa. Like, I think we may be better off going into maybe Spain or Gaul. We'll just sort of see how it's interesting how the campaign's gone, because it could have been completely different. Like, we could have been at a point where Epirus and Macedon have taken all of Greece, and we could have been going into Greece, but the alliance we backed won. Spartan, the relations with them slightly going down. But there's no point of going into those territories. Like, there's no point of sort of upsetting the really good diplomatic apple cart we've got going just yet. So maybe we'll push into Masalia and try and take the Hellenic city. Well, maybe that might actually start angering the Spartans and the Athenians as we're killing their colonial brethren, I guess. Taking out Syracuse and then Masalia. We could actually get defenses. I was just looking at what we could get there. I guess we go with defenses. And I think I want to try and get more authority with Lucius Libo as well. Just try and sweeten that slightly. Okay, well, make sure the dignitaries are activated. I think we make plans and preparations to go for Masalia. Like, looking at that map just there, I think that's the target we go for. I think we go that way. And then sort of see what happens. Once we secure the entire province, I don't know what the province is called. Toulouse, whatever it is. It's southern France. Then we can pivot either over the Pyrenees into the Iberian Peninsula, or we could go into Gaul itself. Looks like we're going to get a non-aggression pact signed and sealed with Libya potentially. Nope. Looks like that's not going to go through. Libo has returned home, and Epirus has been officially secured as well. Cornelius Scipio has been returned, not Libo. Oh, we've done legal institutions. Perfect. So that's given us a bunch of public order, a fantastic tax rate. I do try to target that in the civic, going down that line. I'm just trying to think. Maybe getting aqueducts now. I think it's time for some construction in Sicily now. We have to rebuild these newly acquired and conquered lands. So, just trying to think. So, I think market for the coastal settlements is better, and then civic in some. Because I feel like where farming is better suited, we should go with farming. Like, I think you can get a bonus if you can build it on regions that have essentially, like, grain. Okay, so I think we're pretty secure down in the south now. Our relations with Carthage are as high as ever, and with the Greeks. So I think east and south of Rome is safe. The north, there's some trepidation with the Helvetii and some of the barbarians over the Alps. But I think further conquests and destiny lies west for Rome. We also could do with another legion. So let's bring in Legion 3 and get some more Principe on the way. Because we might, if we've got time here today, kick off and start some plans and preparations for an invasion of Masalia. Let's move the fleet into range. They do have a full stack inside. Anything else we can do family tree-wise? Just went through and just sort of had a bit of a read of potential political intrigues we can do, but I think we're good. Our family tree is getting a bit better. The daughter's married off. Mace is about to come of age. And there's no more household items I can give for my family members. I'd rather not give it to the others. But I guess we'll go to war with Masalia now. So let's see who they're at war with. The Helvetii. Oh, that's really good, actually. Because they're a border faction that I don't particularly want to go to war with against. Well, if I join your war, will you sign a non-aggression pact, Helvetii? Which is essentially, for all intents and purposes, the Swiss. So they'll sign the non-aggression, though, after it. Okay, I was trying to be a little bit cheeky. They're trying to get some money out of them. Well, let's move. Aeneas. I guess, Aeneas. Similar name. My son-in-law to Masalia. I'm going to move my spy just north just to see. Because sometimes they can have territory to the north or potentially another stack in that fog of war. We've got Legion 3 being recruited, and we've got Lucius Libo coming down as well. And unfortunately, we've had another uprising there, which we'll have to deal with. But we should be able to have the Siege of Masalia soon. Oh, hang on. They're going to do something during the end turn phase. What does this mean? They've attacked the Navy again. Okay. This is getting a little bit annoying at this point. Well, we'll fight this one. We have an opportunity here to destroy the full stack that was sitting within Masalia. But to be fair, we're going to have to siege the city out anyway, because there's such a huge garrison inside. It's actually walled, built up and fortified, uncompared to Syracuse. Well, we've done a couple of these naval battles now. So I think we'll chuck things on 3 times speed. Because once you've seen one of these, you've seen them all. So we'll let the AI sort of pepper them out as well. We might need to slow things down slightly because I was struggling to get my shots off there. Let's try this now. There we go. So 3 clean hits can engulf it in flames. It's still not in the perfect range for me just yet. They've now gone. So haven't got as many light ballista as we had against Syracuse, but we seem to be dispatching more of these ships than before. I'm whiffing so much here. Oh my god. My aim can be terrible at times. Because you want to go, you don't want to aim it too low or overhit it, but you also want to hit the hull. Because 3 hull hits destroys it, I believe. Like, I don't think a top hit really matters. It's all about hitting the hull. Okay, that should be enough. Oh, that might have clipped both. It's that crack you can hear. There we go. Now they're in range. But this is going to be huge for us. Some of them will get intercepted, I think. Can we be quick enough and release the shot off? Can we slow it and stop it? I think we sunk it when it was in range. Awesome. So this is going to make the invasion of Masalia just that much easier. Okay, now you're in a better range. Can I hit? I was going to say, can I hit you there, get the angle and stop the boarding, but I don't think that's going to happen. There we go. We're going to need another bunch of these bad boys fast-tracked from Brundisium, quick fast. They've been so valuable and useful in our series. Oh, we somehow got that one off there as they tried to board. We're going to be able to hit some of the party here.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
I'm just trying to think if I can angle some of these a bit better. Yeah, so maybe I should make, like, what's my ideal naval build? Maybe half and half. Because them getting boarded is a little bit annoying. because we're essentially wasting them. We could go with a... We just need some units to go up and kite, basically, and distract and just have a little bit of a buffer zone between the ballista and like a marine army, because we've actually been sunk there. Oh, they might actually get a pretty decent ram off here if they're lucky. We are seem to be hitting it though. Oh my god. I hit our own ballista. Oh no. That was a fail. Let's try and hit some of these other ships that are sitting back. They're being a little bit scared, and I guess they're a little bit... I have trepidation of moving forward. Seeing so many of their Masalia brethren sink to the bottom of the sea. Yes, that's the third. It's 3 hull hits. But sometimes it's a little bit hard to see what exactly a hull hit is. Okay. So we might actually lose this one, because we're going to run out of ammunition in the end. But if not, even if the Navy gets fully wiped out and destroyed, we've managed to take out so many of them, it's going to be worth it. I misclicked there. It's just the flagship further at the back. It's actually going to go down to this last ship. We're out of ammunition there. I think we might win this. If we're going to have to board them. Oh, we're going to have to be careful here, because they're actually... Although they're retreating, they're getting some skirmisher fire off. So get away from you. There we go. See, like they just got wiped even though everyone else is in retreat. Oh, we've managed to get victory. It's a costly victory. 1, 2, 3 transport ships remain for them. They will escape, but it's a Pyrrhic victory on the open sea. Once again for the Roman Republic. Gnaeus Scipio. Picking up the W against Zeron. So that's just going to make things a little bit easier, pushing into Masalia, which is such a crucial and huge Mediterranean port. Such a large city as well. I guess we'll enslave. So they will retreat backwards. You never know, they might even have another full stack. Oh, unfortunately there's been another rebellion at Potavium. But that's okay. They're just going to sack it, but we've got an army nearby to deal with it. Okay, let's send Legion 2 north. We've got Legion 3 recruiting more infantry in Neapolis. The barbarians have moved slightly, so we'll repair, but we'll send a Legion to react to it. Alright. Everything's there. We're going to need reinforcements to Masalia. I might even move my ship into Syracuse, because it can actually, yeah, it can actually recruit more ballista. So we'll do that. Okay, so, they seem to be moving out. Still quite a large garrison inside the 15 units, so we'll send Legion 1. And look at this, we're not even favoured to win this one, even with the garrison inside. Well, look, you know what? Even though we're outnumbered, we're going to have to manually play this one. So, unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching episode 4 of the Roman campaign. Pay for about an hour today, so we need to have a break. And I'll kick things off at the start of the next episode, episode 5, coming out shortly, with the Siege of Masalia. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Had an absolute blast playing with some really interesting political events with the, I don't know, let's say the Syracuse crisis diplomatically, which was quite funny. But anyway, guys, take care. Gotta play the outro. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my social media links in the description below if you want to stay connected with me. I also want to say thank you to this month's patrons and channel members: Victor K, Sebastian C, Jordan K, Caesar L, Brian S, Tao, Lion B, Kyle P, Tom C, and White P. My name has been Simpzy. Much love from Australia. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.